So a couple of weeks ago, we got the announcement of Power Rangers Across the Morphin Grid, an anthology book that will tell all these different stories about all these different Rangers written by the Rangers themselves. So you're going to have David Yost writing a Billy story, Walter Jones writing a Zach story, Steve Cardenas and Matt Groom writing a Rocky story, Nikita Boris writing a Tanya story that's going to have Adam involved about their relationship, J.D. Stutton writing a story about I don't know what, but people in the comment section were quick to correct me and tell me that J.D. Stutton is this musician that travels with Nikita a lot from what I heard, so that's where their backstory comes from, and Megan Camarana, who plays Chloe in Hyperforce, will be writing a Chloe story. So this is really cool to see. Like, I'm really excited for this book when it drops in October because it's going to be sort of like this continuation of the characters written by the actors themselves. So the doors are open for a lot of things where they can take these characters after their journeys ended when we saw them on the show. I mean, we hadn't seen Billy since Power Rangers Zeo, but then we got to see him again in Once and Always, so there's a large gap in between what happened in between that time period. Same with Walter Jones. We hadn't seen Zach since MMPR season 2, I believe, and now we're going to see what that character probably got up to after he left for the peace conference. And then Steve Cardenas and Matt Groom, I'm sure they can write a pretty good Rocky story as well. Because, Rocky showed up a couple of times here and there, so I do wonder what he got up to. And Nikita, we could see a really cool Tanya story, which is something she's teased. It's going to be a story about Tanya and Adam's relationship. And Megan's story, I'm excited for that one because it's going to be hype, force, wacky fun with Vesper involved as well. So I am looking forward to that one as well. So Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Across the Morphin Grid, or Across the Universe, or Across the Grid, whatever other YouTubers have been calling it, is coming out in October. So that book will be dropping in October, and I think there'll be a trade collection of it coming soon from what I've heard. I'm not entirely sure, but I think there was a trade that listed online that has quite possibly those stories, a bunch of another books as well. So we've got that coming out. But Legacy of Nerd tweeted this out this morning, exactly at 12:50 a.m. for me this morning. So Legacy of Nerd tweeted this out by saying, Legacy of Nerd confirmed exclusively with David Yost at CCTX Comic-Con that his short story that he wrote in Power Rangers Across the Morphin Grid from Boom Studios will be 8 pages and will take place a couple of years after Power Rangers Zeo. So again, we're getting that confirmation that Billy's story takes place after Power Rangers Zeo, which I'm sure a lot of people are curious to see what Billy got up to after Power Rangers Zeo. Like, did he settle down with that Aquitian lady? Did they have a family? I'm not entirely sure. How did Billy start his tech company that we saw in Once and Always? That's probably a big question that a lot of people have been asking. What made him start on that journey to revive Zordon? But then David Yost came in with a quote tweet and said, I would say 10 years after Zeo. Billy is now 28 years old. Nerd face emoji, nerd face emoji, nerd face emoji. So, yeah. So, again, 10 years after Power Rangers Zeo. So, Power Rangers Zeo was in, give me one moment. Turn off the curtains really quickly. Okay. To the wiki. I'm on the wiki now. Okay, so Power Rangers Zeo was in roughly about 1996 if you followed the main timeline where Power Rangers follows the real world clock for a couple events. So what season came out in 2006? Let me check real quickly. I think it was, let's see, it wasn't Operation Overdrive. No, was it? No, let's see. Disney era. I think it was not SPD. I think it was Mystic Force. So yeah, around this time period. So I'm hoping that we see some kind of time skip with Billy where you see what he got up to within the past 10 years that leads to him probably discovering that Zordon was destroyed in the Z-Wave when Andros destroyed the tube, and him sort of starting his company to revive Zordon and building Alpha 8 or 7, whatever alpha it was, that alpha, going on that journey and sort of like building up his company. So I am very curious to see what David is going to be writing. It's only going to be 8 pages, so it's not going to be that long, but I'm hoping it's enough content for me to talk about on the channel, which it always will be. I mean, I made separate videos talking about all the different 30th anniversary stories, and those videos, there was a lot to talk about. But seeing how these are character journeys and what the characters have evolved and gone on to do since their since the time when the show ended, there's going to be a lot to talk about because we can sort of piece together the timeline and speculate and stuff like that. But yeah, we're going to see what happened to we're going to see what happened to Billy after Power Rangers Zeo, and we're going to see Billy at the age of 28. We're going to see young adult Billy here, or adult Billy, you could say, because he's 28 now. So yeah, that's going to be cool to see. I'll definitely be picking up Across the Morphin Grid when it drops in October. I'll be covering it on the channel, that is for sure, so stay tuned for that. Turn on your subscribe button and all that stuff, because Power Ranger comic news is going to be pretty heavy this week. I will say that. We've got Darkest Hours finale. Not only that, we've also got this Power Rangers Prime that has leaked out. So we're just waiting on the official press release for that as well. So anyway, guys, what are your speculations and thoughts on what happened to Billy after Power Rangers Zeo? I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions. With that said, peace out, take care, and bye.